Hey folks, Dave back here with a unboxing video tonight. A little bit of joy in my life here as we try to get this squared away. And all right, here we go. So let's go and add to the stage the overhead camera. And we'll get my little notes out of here. Try to clean it up a little bit. Alrighty, so what are we going to be looking at today? Now, I think I'm going to do, which one do I want to do? That right there. Alrighty, so now we can get the overhead over the top. See if I can straighten this out a little bit. Alrighty. Something like that. All right. So what do we have in the package here? Well, looks like we have some envelopes. We have some envelopes. And you know what that means? Well, that's all I have. I got some envelopes here. So what do we have here? Well, let's put these guys off to the side and let's check on ooh, I forgot I had this one over here. Oh, very nice. I guess I got more envelopes than I thought I do. So let's open these up and let's take a look at what I got. Here we go. Okay, so looks like we got some hockey. Some hockey. So we got 2010, 2011. And this is the season I picked up a little while ago. So we have Dallas and the Kings and Phoenix and the Ducky Ducks, the Sharks, Edmonton Oilers, who are not doing too well in the Stanley Cup Finals, Colorado, Minnesota, and the whole bit here. What's interesting about this set, did I get to them yet? Not yet. Uh-oh, that could be RJL's here. Look at this, Florida Panthers. The dreadful Panthers, yep. Here it is right here, the Atlanta Thrashers. This is the last season for the Atlanta Thrashers, 34, 36, and 12. And this was their last season. So I'll get to play the Atlanta Thrashers. And there's really no other surprises here. Always Jucket's favorite team. Sabres, Canadians, Boston Bruins. They won it all that year. Islanders, Devils, Rangers, Penguins, and then the Flyers. So here's 2010, 2011 hockey envelopes for my APA hockey cards. So that is one season. Now, what else did I get here? Well, I've been playing a lot of APA football, and Chris White, who makes these, was having a sale. And I says, well, if you're having a sale, then I'm going to have to take advantage of said sale. And so we got some envelopes here. And I wasn't going to do the football, because I have the hockey behind me over here, as you guys know when I'm on the wide camera. And those are all done up nice. So when I look at them, I see this, when I look over there for my hockey cards. And this was the only season that I didn't have him do. So I finally had him do that. But let's take a look. So I am doing some football as well. So we get 1976 as Mike comes by as well. Hi, Mike. And so we got, there's the expansion Seahawks 2 and 12. That Rams 10 and 3. The Rams actually, when I played, what did I play? I played it was Chris's football game. It was the 1976. I did the playoffs in Chris's quick play football game, and the Rams won it all. Yeah, they did. They won it all. They beat Pittsburgh by 1 point in the Super Bowl. San Francisco and New Orleans was not that good. In fact, they lost to Tampa Bay the next season. Did I get 2 Rams? Hang on a sec. Okay. So I have 2 Rams here. So I'm hoping that I don't have something missing here. So let's see. So this would be the West, right? Atlanta. Seattle. Oh, maybe Seattle was in the West. San Francisco, New Orleans, and the Rams. Let me check something here. It could just be a double for my trouble. But let's make sure that I have them all. Chris is good to fix that. So Rams, San Francisco. So the Rams, San Francisco, the Falcons, the Saints, and the Seahawks. So these are the 5 in that division. So hopefully that's an extra and not I'm not missing anything. All right, so then in the Central, Green Bay, Detroit, Chicago, and the Vikings. So that's the Central. And then in the East, NFC East, I get the Giants, Eagles, Cardinals, Redskins, and Cowboys. You know the Cowboys, they had that little red stripe. They had the red, white, and blue in 76. That's what they did have. As Bears Den comes by, yes, Seattle was in the NFC. It's kind of weird how they did that. It was good, but they so they put Tampa in the AFC and Seattle in the NFC. They played everybody in that division. Then the next year they swapped and had them play all the other teams. So every current team had a chance to pick up a couple of wins over the expansion teams. Oh, speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. Here they are. Tampa Bay in the AFC West. 0-14, my beloved Bucks. And this is the real reason why I got the 76 envelopes, just so I could look at this. Kansas City, San Diego, Denver, and the Raiders, 13-1. And the Raiders went all the way that year. Houston at the bottom. Oh, he has this in order of how they finished in reverse order. The Bengals, I always liked this helmet. Such a boring helmet, but I liked it. I do. And then the Steelers. And then lastly, you got your Bills, your Jets. I always liked that helmet by the Jets. Miami, Patriots, best logo, and then the Colts. Patriots and the Colts, both 11-3 that season. All right, so it looks like I got an extra Ram. So if anybody needs an extra LA Rams 1976, just let me know. So that is that. So we'll put this in order like this. I always go AFC first. That's just kind of how I grew up. So we have 2010, 2011. We have the 76 football season. Then we have, this is one of the new seasons I picked up. Doesn't seem quite as thick as this one here. Maybe it is. Let's see. I don't know how many teams are in here. Hopefully I'm not missing one of these. All right, so let's try to this is a real unboxing here, a real unwrapping. It's an unwrapping video, if you will. All righty. And these are all APA cards, by the way. Oh, this one got double wrapped. Is this the special season? Well, Patriots for a Super Bowl win. So yeah, I think it is a special season. Holy cow. I might need to get my cutter out here. Wowzers. That was something else. All right. So let's take a look at what we have here. So we have 2001. The Raiders 10-6. The Tuck rule. Sorry. As ID comes by. Doing a little unboxing here. So let's see here. So I got my Giants. So I need to spread these out and go to 2001. And let's make sure I have everybody here. So let's go back to my seasons on my Pro Football Reference. All right. So Oakland is in the AFC West. And we'll go like that. New York is in the East. Tampa Bay with their yucky logo is in the Central. New England in the East. Miami in the East. Carolina's in the West, right? So that's what we got here. Atlanta's in the West. New Orleans, San Francisco, and then the Rams. So I need to play them. What did I play? I was playing that in season ticket football. I played the Rams and the Raiders. Detroit still in the Norris division, along with the Vikings, the Packers, and that should be the Bears. Yes, it is. Dallas 5-11. They haven't won a playoff game in a long time. Arizona is where they're in the East. They should go back to St. Louis. Does St. Louis have a team anymore? I don't know if they do. Washington and Philadelphia. San Diego Superchargers over here with the Raiders. Kansas City, Denver, And Seattle, well, they were still wearing their cool helmet. I don't like the new helmet. Cincinnati, 1981 helmet. I still like the old one. Jacksonville, Tennessee, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore. And then finishing up the AFC East, Buffalo, the Jets, and the Colts. Remember when the Colts were in the AFC East? So let me see. So I have the 5. It should be 6 over here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in the West, 5 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in the middle, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then wait. Oh, there's one more team. Oh, that's what it is. So they get 5 over here. So yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5. So the Central's got 6. With I think that's when Cleveland came in after they had moved. So that is what I have here. So 2001 will join us, and I can put those cards away for that season. I forgot I got 2001. Thought I had that. 31 teams. So Chris is here. 31 teams that year. Yeah, it was weird because that felt thinner than this. Like this is 78. So of course I got 78. That's a season I've been playing and absolutely loving. And this is for APA. Yeah, this is for APA. So, and I have all my APA cards like right over here. So I might throw them in there. So these are my my hockey cards here. So again, I'll be able to use my 2010 envelopes for my hockey season, and then I got my 76 here for football right over here, 76, and I'll be able to slide. No, this is 78. 76 is in a different box, but I wanted to get some of my favorite seasons. I don't know if I'm going to do all the football or not, but I wanted to get a few that I know I'm going to use. So here's 78. So now let's take a look at 78. It's a little different. So it's probably closer to 76. All righty. So what do we have in 78? So it looks like it's even Steven here. So it looks like 5, 4, and 5, and then 5, 5, and 4. All right. So it looks like we have the Baltimore Colts are going to be in the East. Oh, Chris, I had an extra Rams, by the way. Some reason I got 2 LA Rams. So I'm just going through to make sure I'm not missing anything. So far, I'm not, but it looks like I had an extra Rams in there, which is, I'd rather have an extra. All right. So we got the Patriots in 78, Miami, and the Jets and the Bills. So there's our 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you got 4 here, the black and blue division. Yeah, there's the Bengals helmet. Love that old helmet. And then Cleveland and Houston. Got to have the Houston Oilers. And you got the Raiders, 9-7. Denver was 10-6 that year. How they do in the playoffs? They lost to Pittsburgh 33-10. San Diego Superchargers and Kansas City. Seattle is actually 9-7 in 78. So imagine that. They go from 2-12 to what were they the year before that? 5-9. So 2-12, 5-9, and then 9-7. That's pretty cool that they turn things around that quick in Seattle. And then over here in the NFC, you get your Cowboys, and they need to be Redskins again. They will never be Commanders. They will always be Redskins. St. Louis, Philadelphia, and then the Giants at 6-10. Cowboys were 12-4, huh? 12-4 for those Cowboys. Then you got the black and blue division over here. You got the Central. You got Minnesota, the Bears, the Lions. Tampa was actually 5-11 that year. They were improving. They were on their way to their playoffs. Oh wait! Uh-oh! No, we got 76 here. Okay, we have an error. We got 76 here on the Buccaneers, so that needs to be 78. So I need to put this aside. So we have an error. So error. Then we have 78 Packers, and then we have 78 Rams, 49ers, Atlanta, in New Orleans. So I do have a mess up here. I got 76 Bucks. So I don't know if Chris is still here. And he says he's on the case. And he's making envelopes tonight. So he's on the case. Perfect. Okay. So I'll use that for now, and then I'll just swap it up when it comes in. But they all look pretty good here. So I got my 4 seasons. It's almost like 4 seasons. So I got my AFC, my NFC, and my... So that's what I got here, folks. So my unboxing here tonight. I got my 4 seasons here: 76 football, 78 football, 2001 football, and 2010, 2011. So let me do this while I have you guys here, just while we have the chat room open. Let's put some guys away here. So let's start with some of the teams here, the Flyers. All right, so here's Philadelphia. And I see the difference here. This is why I do this. So I mean, what would you rather have? Would you rather have that, which is fine, Apple logo a little bit, or would you rather have? I like logos, and it's got your records on here and the whole bit. I'm just a big fan of logos, and I always have been. I talk about that all the time. I used to work with the logos with the leagues. They would send my company, not my company I work for, they would send us the logos of the teams, and we would make the plates that printed the little baseball bats and the hockey sticks. So anytime there was a new team, and I remember Florida Panthers coming in, Mighty Ducks, the Senators, and the Tampa Bay Lightning, they all kind of came in around the same time, and as I was working in that company, so we got to see the logos before anybody else. We did. We got to see all the logos before anybody else did. Or all the printing companies got it first. And then we'd see it on the news. Like, here's a new logo. And it's like, yep, I've already been looking at that logo. It was kind of neat. All right, so now I got Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, here it is, Pittsburgh. So let's go Pittsburgh. Yeah, ID, yeah, they look great. In fact, Chris White here, who's in the chat, is who does them for me. Chris White. So if you need to get them done, they're really good. He has specials all the time. They come out great. Like I say, I have them for football and hockey and baseball. I think he did my baseball too, did he? Yeah, he 78, 79, 80, and what was that 88? I get over that. He did all my baseball. In fact, he even did my the Spiders season, the 1899. I have 1899. And so, and Fenner stops by. You're right. Everyone up here in the PNW loves the old school Seahawks helmet. I don't like the new stuff. I know I'm an old fashioned guy, and I'm a small town girl living in a lonely world. I just like that old silver with the blue shirt and the silver pants and the silver helmet. That's Seahawks to me. And Buccaneers are the orange. When they went to that pewter Schmidt, I did not like that. The pewter Schmidt. I did not like that at all. All right, so we got New York Rangers. And see, here's the other thing. So I got New York and this is nothing against Apper, by the way, but I have to put a little note on here, R and I, to know who is who. Well, now I don't have to because I have it all listed here. So I don't have to figure out which New York team this is. So I really like that. Oh, Lundqvist was still playing with the Rangers, huh? In 2010. So now I can put my Rangers in here. And look at that. So now when I pull out teams, it's like, all right, let's play the Penguins and the Rangers. I pull these out, and sometimes what I do is I'll go through and I'll be flicking through who do I want to play, right? And I'll pull out a couple of teams. I'll be like, well, 49 wins, 44 wins. Oh, they're close. That'll be a fun game. And then there's other times, you pull out a team, you're like, oh, wow, 34 wins? Yeah, I don't know if I want to play these two teams. It's not going to be a good game. So I don't have to go looking up their records because they're right on here. And I do like that. And I think, all the football ones too. So sometimes you don't know what you want to play, what season or what reason or anything like that. And you just pull out a couple of teams. I do that, especially with the hockey. And I'm like, what do I want to do here? And it's like, I think I'll play that. And then you pull out a team, you're like, oh, they're pretty bad, so I don't want to do them. Where's my, there it is, Atlanta. So let's take a look at this Atlanta roster. While I have you guys here on the phone, let's take a look at our Atlanta Thrashers, who, this is their last season. This was kind of a bonus of 2010, 2011. So they have, goalie is Pavlik, Chris Mason, and Peter Menino are the goalies. So they got 3 goalies here. He was 0-0-0. Interesting. So he must have just filled in. Looks like Pavlik played 40, 50-something games, so he's going to be your main goalie. Anybody here that we recognize? Zubarev, Blake Wheeler. Yeah, I think he ended up playing in Boston, didn't he? Wheeler. And Thorburn. Don't know. Mark Stewart. I think I've heard of Mark Stewart. Anthony Stewart, Tim Stapleton, Jim Slater, Rob Shrimp. Really cool name. Johnny Oduya. Remember Johnny Oduya? There's Johnny Oduya right there. Freddie Meyer, Ben Maxwell, Makachek, Brian Little. Any relation to Dave Little? Not sure. Andrew Ladd. Evander Kane. I think I've heard of Evander Kane. Hainsey, Tobias Enstrom, Radek Dvorak, I've heard of. Yep. Some of these guys went too bad. Dustin Bufflin. Yep, he went to the Jets when they moved up there. Eric Bolton and Nick Andropov. So I've heard a handful of these guys. They weren't a terrible team, you know. Weren't a terrible team. It's just, and I wasn't a fan of their logo at all, and now I kind of am. I kind of like their logo now that they don't play anymore. Stupid as it sounds. And it's good to have the records so you can find a good matchup. Yeah, when I'm just kind of random gaming, it's I do like that. It's like, okay, let me get a team here, and let's have a good game here. So here are the Islanders right here. So I'll put the Islanders away. And now they weren't. I don't know how good they were. It looks like 38 and 39. 38 and 39 for the Islanders. DiPietro, I think they're still paying him. Rick DiPietro, didn't he sign like a 30-year contract with Mike Milbury? And if that was 2010, that was only 14 years ago. So they might still be paying him. Evander Kane is still playing. So Cleveland baseball fan. Evander Kane is on the Oilers now. I thought I recognized that name. And Chris says Bucks and Pats had the best logos, and now they have 2 of the worst. Yeah. Yep. Interesting idea. I just don't think it worked that well. Okay, here's Boston now. So let's get Boston in here. So this is your championship Bruins. I've already unboxed this. But we'll look at it again. Thomas and Tuukka Rask, John Thornton, Seidenberg. Oh, these guys. I know all these guys. Sagan, Savard. Michael Ryder made that big save in the net. Mark Recchi, the veteran. Rich Peverly, Paille, Adam McQuaid, Brad Marchand. You guys know him. Lucic, who was back with the team for about 2 games, and then he went to jail this season. Krejci, Chris Kelly. I think he's the guy was he the guy that blocked the shot? Kampfer, Caberlet, Nathan Horton, Shane Knighty, Hamill, I don't know. Ferentz, I knew. I liked Ferentz. Chara. I think it's the only Chara team I have. Karen, I don't know. Greg Campbell, Soupy, Boychuk, and Bergeron and Bartkowski. So that's the team that won it all. And Benner says, and I'll put that up on the screen in 1 second here. So, and this is what I like too. So when I have this on the shelf, I mean, this is what I see now. That's what I see. I see my logos, and then I go through them, and like, there's my logo. So I like that rather than just kind of like generic. And again, nothing wrong with generic. And I'm not saying that just, if you can upgrade. I like to upgrade. Let's see. Who else do we have here? New Jersey. Never been a big Devils fan, even though they are technically the Kansas City Scouts and the Colorado Rockies. And they do have Martin Brodeur. Who was there back weeks? Hedberg. Just Hedberg, I guess. While Brodeur only played 52 games. I thought he would play tons of games, So there's the Devils. And the other thing I like too is that the seed's right on the top. So when I have them in the box, I can see the year right on top here. I do like that. Good night, ID. Thanks for coming by. And Fenner says, I'll give Seattle credit. I do like the Kraken logo. I was not a fan of the Kraken logo or the name. I wasn't. I do kind of like the jerseys, though, the color scheme. As we got the Canadians here with Carey Price, Alex Auld, Plekanec, Scott Gomez, Hal Gill. I liked Hal Gill. He went to Montreal, and I liked Hal Gill. Big number 25. I liked him in Boston. So we get now Buffalo Sabres anywhere? No. So we'll have to find them. Way down the end in the B's. Ryan Miller was the goalie for the Sabres. He was a Team USA goalie. Patrick Lalime was also in net. Enroth, I don't know. Rob Niedermeyer was on the Sabres. Steve Montador, Mike Greer, Brad Boyce. There were some decent guys in the Sabres. The Sabres are good here. Look at that. 43-29. That was not a bad team. 96 points for the Sabres that year. 96 points for the Sabres. So that was a good team. Oh, I did see Toronto here. They were right here. So here's the Maple Leafs. And my brother never watched hockey, but he loves the Devils logo. It was the Devils logo is interesting. Kevin, thanks for coming by. The Devils logo is interesting. How they have the N and the J. I will say it's a very, very creative logo. In fact, was it the Utica Devils? I think they were. They had the same thing with the U, and the U had the little horns and the devil tail. So, is this Toronto, right? Toronto, yep. So that was kind of interesting. But yeah, I mean, it's an interest. Like I said, the N and the J, it works. I'm just not a big fan of that, And when they went to the black, they had the green. I kind of like the green, and then they went to the black, and everybody's black, and with their shirts and stuff. Even the North Stars went to Dallas, and they changed from green to black for a while. It's like everyone's getting rid of the cool colors and just going, it's like white and black. It's like, I like my colors. I like my logos. I like my colors. Oh, speaking of the devil, Ottawa. So here's Ottawa right here. What were the Senators that year? The Senators. And, I don't like that logo either. I like the flat face Senator logo. I think it's the one they're using now. I like that one better than this one. In fact, I bought a Senator shirt with the flat guy with the Roman soldier, whatever it is, looking, whatever, this way, rather than the 3D one. And so I'm glad they went back to the old one because that's kind of their classic Ottawa Senators. That's the one I like. I think I have. Well, Chris must have done that for me, right? One of my what seasons back there? Do I have? I probably do. 93, 94. Yeah, the Senators were there, so I probably do have that back there somewhere. In one of my seasons, the old Ottawa logo. I do like that. JT comes by. Thanks, JT. And ESPN just did a 30 for 30 on the Vancouver Rights. Yeah, wasn't that bad? That was pretty bad. I remember when that happened. I was like, what are you guys doing? It's like, what is the deal? What is the deal? Well, Washington's right here, so we'll take care of the Capitals. And I don't care for this logo here. I like the original Capitals logo. I know they went to the bird for a while, and then they had the Capitol building. So they tried to come back with this logo here to try to recapture the magic of the 70s. Yeah, it was all right. Holtby's the goalie here. Braden Holtby was their goalie. So they were, they're all right. Oh, what was Ottawa, by the way? What was their record again? So Ottawa's 32, 40, and 10, 74 points, 32 wins. It's all right, I guess. I need the Tampa Bay Lightning right here. I think these are still pretty much in alphabetical order because I haven't done much with them. And Rolison, Mike Smith. There's some good guys in this Tampa Bay team. Rolison, I think, was with the Worcester Ice Cats for a while. I think in the 90s, or No, it would have been after that. But I think he might have played with excuse me, the Worcester Ice Cats for a while. All right, so I got Carolina here somewhere, right? Way in the back. And Fenner says, I like the other Senators logo. Yeah, I do too. I just like, oh, here's Cam Ward on the Carolina team. Anybody else here we skimmed through that we might know? Eric Cole, Zach Boychuk. Not a team I play a lot of. Oh, I got the Whalers hat and the Whalers shirt on right now. So it's just kind of very similar to the Carolina team, right? Because that's where they went. I don't think they could ever survive out here. And then we have the worst team ever, the Florida Panthers. Kidding. Thomas Vokoun. Remember Vokoun? I don't know if this is before or after Nashville. I remember him in Nashville. Scott Clemenson. Anybody here that might know if I just kind of rip through it here? Kendall McConnell. Marty Reisner. Another Worcester Ice Cat. Don't know anybody else here really. So I just kind of skimmed through them. 30 wins. They were not as good as the Senators. They had less wins, if that matters. So that is that. Who else do we have here? Detroit. Yeah, look at that. Put my hands right on Detroit. And JT. I wish they hadn't tried to glorify the Riders a bit, but I guess you can't expect any better from ESPN. Yeah. Well, it's if it bleeds, it leads. That's what they say, right? And so we have St. Louis, Chris Osgood in the net. Hendrik Zetterberg on the team. Jimmy Howard. I remember Jimmy Howard. Plays a little bit for Detroit. How many games did he play? Jimmy Howard actually played. Oh, he was their number one goalie. No wonder I know him. 37, 17, and 5. Well, you're always going to show the crazies out there. That's the one thing about the media. What they do is they show you the worst that's out there. And it makes everybody mad because you see the worst that the media portrays, and everybody thinks that that's how all those people are. So everybody in Vancouver is a rioter, right? No, there was some people out there. A lot of them weren't even from Vancouver. Pecorine for Nashville. Jordan Tutu. Remember Jordan Tutu? Blake Jeffrey-Owen. I don't remember. Somebody's got JP Dumont. But yeah, when they had those riots, like I know that people out here in Boston were like, oh, those Vancouver people. It's like, no, it's everywhere, dude. There's a handful of people doing some stupid stuff, and you can't paint with a big brush, and that goes for anything. That goes for sports. That goes for politics. It goes for anything. You're going to have people that just do stupid things, and then the opposite side is going to say, oh, look at all these idiots. It's like, we all have them. We've had the same things out here in Boston when we lose, They have all these videos, the football games with people throwing things on the field. Everybody does it. Throwing things on the ice, everybody does it. Fights in the stands, everybody does it. But you're right, they shouldn't glorify it, but that's what they do, They got to try to make a buck. Monty Turco, Corey Crawford, Jonathan Toews, Chicago. This was the team I was going to Marian Hossa, Patrick Kane. Next time when I get Dave Little on, when we do more hockey, this is the team I was going to play. I was going to play he wanted to play some Blackhawks. So I said, well, the most recent season I have is actually 2010. So we said we can play some 2010 Blackhawks if you want. So I think next time we have Dave on and we start talking about hockey again, I'm going to show him a little deeper game. And we're going to go with the Blackhawks, I think, from 2010. Halak in net for St. Louis, Ty Conklin, Ben Bishop. Was that the Ben Bishop that's like 6 feet tall? He only played 7 games, and then he went to Tampa Bay. Is that right? TJ Oshie was St. Louis. TJ Oshie. Is he still playing? That's 14 years. I got to remember, this is 14 years ago. So it's amazing to see how many players are still playing in the league after 14 years. All right, so now we got a Columbus, another team that I not real big fan of the Columbus Blue Jackets. It just, 34 wins, 81 points. I don't know why. It just wasn't a big fan of them. Steve Mason, Matthew Garon. I probably don't know any of these people here on. No, so far I flicked through. I didn't know one guy. I mean, the goalies, because they're always playing. All right, so there's Columbus. put Columbus away. Columbus will probably never see my table. It might, but all right. Now this is the other one, the Canucks. I can't stand this logo. I'm a old school Canucks fan with that old school 70s logo of the hockey rink. It was boring. It was gross, but I liked it. And I didn't care for this here. I just didn't. In fact, they had a new one they come out with too that I didn't like. So I haven't liked any of the Vancouver stuff since the original logo. This is Luongo, Corey Schneider. Remember these guys, Sedin, Samuelson, Malhotra. These are the guys that played Boston. So we'll have to have that series happening. Boston, Vancouver will be a fun one to play. A whole bunch of reasons why I got 2010, mostly because the Bruins won the Cup. So I want to have, Bruins and Vancouver play. And look at Vancouver. I didn't realize that 117 points, 54 wins. Vancouver was no joke in 2010, 2011. They should have won that series. So Vancouver is no joke. All righty. So now Calgary. I've always liked the Calgary logo. When they went to the horse and that stupid jersey, this is the best. The Calgary logo, that's the best. 41 wins that season. Kiprusoff with the goalie. Carlson. Alex Tanguay. That's going to be a fun one to play, too. So I get to go through these cards again when I put the envelopes. Or when I get the new envelopes. That's what's kind of fun about this. Who else do I have over here? All right. So I got, look at that Minnesota Wild. Not sure what I feel about the Minnesota Wild logo. Again, I was the North Stars guy, so you come in with a new team in Minnesota. I'm not digging it too much, but 39 wins, not bad. But so they had Backstrom in the net. Jose Theodore really played almost 30 games with Minnesota. Interesting. Zidlicki. I don't know some of these guys. Martin Havlat, maybe. Brett Burns. Yeah. Like I said, I didn't follow. Wasn't following hockey. In fact, I was so mad that in 2009, 2010, the season before this, the Bruins blew that 3-game lead to Philadelphia. And they were leading 3-0 in home in Game 7 and still blew it. And I said, they're going to really need to make a splash next season for anybody to watch them. What they do, they won the Stanley Cup. That's why I thought this year the Bruins had a great chance because they choked it away last year. Number 1 seed, President's Trophy, and they bow out in the first round. So I'm like, they'll come back this year, and they get a real good chance of winning it all. And they got to the second round. See you later. See you later, alligator. All right, so what do we got over here? Anaheim. Oh, I had Phoenix, too, here. That's interesting. So we got Jonas Hiller, Ray Emery, and anybody here I might know? Todd Marchant. No, not so many people in Anaheim from 2010, 2011. And they had they had a decent season, 99 points, 47 wins. So Anaheim was decent. They were not a bad team. Alrighty, so what do we have over here? So we got a handful of teams to go here. And Fenner says between Florida and Tampa, they have 7 conference championships. Yeah, I think it was the last 5 seasons. It's been all Florida teams in the East going to the Cup, right? Tampa Bay 3 times and Florida twice. I think that's what they said. Colorado, Brian Elliott, Peter Budaj, and don't know some of these guys. Paul Stastny. I don't know many Colorado Avalanche. The Avalanche are all right. I missed the Nordiques, but Colorado's okay. I thought it was funny that didn't they win it the first year they went to Colorado after that huge trade? That was kind of funny. Oilers always with a classic logo. I'm glad they haven't changed. That's a classic logo. I know they went to the little spoke with the oil drip that was okay, but Hobby Bullen's in your net. Dubnik and Ray Whitney, I remember he was an original Shark. Jason Strudwick was a Worcester Ice Cat. Anybody else here? Steve McIntyre, Colin Fraser, Taylor Hall. Oh, is he still playing? This is 14 years ago. Alrighty, winding it down here. So let's see. JT says it was nice to see the town cleaning up. I was living in Vancouver Island at the time and helped them out a little bit. Oh, interesting. That's kind of cool. And he says, I like the Canucks skate logo. Yeah, I did too. The Sharks, they changed their logo here. Their original logo was the best. And I know they have to change it to whatever. It's a little bit meaner looking shark, but I like that original shark. I did. It was kind of cartoony. It was kind of Saturday morning cartoony. Not Martoony, but cartoony. Antti Niemi, Niittymaki in the nets. Anybody else in the net? I don't know these guys here. Nicholas Wallen, Joe Pavelski, Desjardins. Was Thornton on this team at that point? I bet you he was. Vlasic. There he is, Jumbo Joe. Jumbo Joe was in there. Oh, it doesn't have their stats. It has the goalie stats, but it doesn't have the player stats on here. Sometimes I like the cards when they have the player stats. It's fun to look at when you're playing the game. It just brings back memories. So we got the Sharks in here with Jumbo Joe. I think I was going to play Boston San Jose too. I think I was going to play that cup as well. So I got a few series in here in mind. And Fenner says, I'm really comfortable with Stone Cold and Shooter. What's the next step for hockey, in my opinion? Let's see. Well, what am I doing right here? These are APA. I like APA. It's just, I like the APA baseball. I like the APA football. I like the APA hockey. I like going to the charts. Some people don't like the charts. I like the charts. Brizgalov in net, and some of these other guys I don't know. Oh, this is Phoenix. I'm not going to know anybody on Phoenix. And Phoenix, 99 points. So in 2010, 2011, when they were playing in a real stadium, they got 43 wins, 99 points for them. That's good. Maybe I'll play like a what I should do when I play my one-offs. I should do like teams that I just don't care about, and play like Phoenix and Columbus, things like that. It's like, why would I? I don't care about them, but. And the LA Kings, they've always had some decent jerseys and uniforms. I'm okay with this Kings thing here. Obviously, I like the original, but they've had some good jerseys. The Kings, I liked when they went to black. When Gretzky came over, so here I am saying I don't like the black jerseys. But when the Kings went to black and silver with Gretzky, and the Kings logo was kind of like going across the jersey, I did like that. Jonathan Quick, Jonathan Bernier, Brad Richardson's on the team. Kopitar, Michael Handzus, another Ice Cat. A lot of Worcester Ice Cats here in 2010. So I think he must have been playing in like 03, 04, Handzus. I remember one time Handzus was a preseason game, and I think they might have played the Boston Bruins in a preseason game, and Handzus had 5 goals. 5 goals in a preseason game. That was pretty cool. And then the Dallas Stars, and again, they're okay. They should have went to the finals, but they couldn't get both. Edmonton beat them. They had a good season. This season was good too. Dallas has always been one of these teams it's been decent. Look at that. 95 points, 42 wins. Dallas has always been decent. They just never get over the hump. Raycroft, Lettinen. Raycroft was in Boston. Brendan Morrow was good. Jamie Langenbrunner. Trevor Daley. Jamie Benn. A handful of names I'm familiar with. So there's that. All right. So there is my 2010. I can get rid of this. My extra Rams one. I'll get rid of that. 2010. There it is. All set. So now when I put it on my shelf, that's what I'm going to see. And then when I go through, I will get all the teams right here, and they're all ready to go. So there is that right there. I'll do one more tonight before I sign off. And what I will do is I will do my 1978 season. And I'll do the other ones off the air. But let's get something going here in 78. Since this is the season I'm kind of playing. And JT Dutch, I think we said that he likes the Canucks skate logo. Oh, that was okay. Yeah, the one that was in the that was like the late 80s, early 90s. That wasn't bad. I didn't mind that. Like the yellow, black, orangey one. That was good. That was better than the V. The late 70s V. That was terrible. That was. I remember the late, great Fred Cusick was doing a game, and I think Vancouver was in Boston. And he says, so Vancouver's got the new jerseys this year, and they are atrocious. That was his exact words. And I still remember that all these years later. What was it, 82 maybe, something like that? The Calgary logo is exactly the same as the Atlanta Flames logo. They just switched the letter. I like the Atlanta Flames logo. Not gonna lie, I like the Atlanta Flames logo. All right, so let's get my Patriots going here. Now, it's going to be interesting to see if these fit. There's way more football cards than there are hockey cards. So I hope they fit. I hope they should. I'm going to try to cram them in. I'm hoping I didn't. No, they'll be all right. So they'll be snug. But yeah, look at that. Patriots, look at that. So all my APA cards are right in here. All right, so let's go to AC East. So there's my Buffalo, Baltimore, and Miami. I should have the Jets in here somewhere too. Yeah, and see, this is what I like too. So now I don't need to put the little A on here. I'll have my teams right here ready to go. And oh, a little spoiler here. Since you guys were up late night with me. We had a suggestion from one of the listeners on one of our last shows about a topic for a show. And the suggestion was to have Ron and I talk about some of our favorite games and why we play them and how we came to playing them, something like that. And I talked to Ron today, and I think we're going to do that. I think we're going to make a little series out of that. So we'll each pick a couple of games every few weeks, few months, whatever it is. We'll have a series and just talk about some of the games that we really enjoy playing and why we enjoy playing them. Because he says he wants to learn more about the games. And he says it'd be fun if we talked about games that we like and we know we could really describe them, and that might give him a better idea if he would like to play some of these games. And as I talked to Ron, and I think we're going to do that. So we're going to I think this week might be our first one. And so it'll just be us talking about some of our favorite games. I think we're each going to pick a game or two to talk about per episode when we do this, and we'll do this sporadically. And I like the idea. I think it's a really great idea. Joe Washington for the Baltimore Colts. Good idea just to kind of, sit back and describe, because why do we play this game? Because we talk about what we're playing, then we talk about something, but why are we playing this? Why am I playing APA football? What is the deal with it? And so I think it was a great idea, and I think we're going to tackle that project for one of our next shows, is talking about some of our favorite games and why we play them. Like, what are we playing right now, and why are we playing that game? And at first we were like, well, we don't like to single out certain games. But then I was like, you know something? I think this would be a great chance for us to talk about what we're playing and not only what we're playing, but why we're playing it. Why do we play this game? Why do I play APA football? Why do I play shootout? Why do I play, payoff pitch? Things like that. And so I think we're going to do that at some point. I just need to find the Houston Oilers in the back right here. Oh, look at that. I found a little elastic. Look at that. Oh, I will use that elastic. All righty. And the original Kings logo, the purple and gold, you like that one the most? That was okay. I still think my favorite was the Gretzky one in the black. That just stuck out. I did like that for some reason. Did the Patriots go 1-50 one? Yeah, that was 90. I think they won 1-15 many times. There's a funny story here. I'll go get the year. I think it was 1990. Yeah, 1-15. Yep. They had some bad seasons. Franchise encyclopedia. All righty. So they were 5-11 in 89 and 1-15 in 90. Rod Rust. Then in 92 was some McPherson guy. They were 2-14. They had some bad seasons in the early 90s. Their 70s, they were competitive. 80s, they got to the Super Bowl. But in the 90s, they were bad till about 94 when Parcells came in. Parcells turned that ship around in a hurry. And so Parcells went 5-11, 10-6, 6-10, and 11-5. Pete Carroll came in. He did an all right job, but he just couldn't get him over the hump. And then Belichick was 5-11 in 2000. And then the next year, he won the Super Bowl. And then 2 out of the next 3, he won the Super Bowl. It's just Belichick came in, and it was like, boom. Unbelievable. It really was. But, yeah, the Patriots were 1-15 in 1990. And, I did like 1990. I don't know why. That was the Giants-Bills Super Bowl. 1990 is a season that I do like, and the Patriots were terrible. Maybe that's why I like it, because sometimes, if you have a season that you don't have any skin in, it's not a big deal. What happens, because your team's out of it, so you can just kind of enjoy the other teams and see what happens. So I got my Houston Oilers here. It's fun to see. Some of these teams are packed with cards. They really are. All righty, so it was my Cleveland Browns here. 8-8. Weren't the Browns always 8-8? Doesn't it feel like the Browns are always 8-8? Is it just me? And I go back. I do like the cards. I know when I first started playing this, and ID was playing this, and a few other guys are playing this, I don't like all the cards. Now, I do. I just do. I like all the cards. I like having these people here and all the players in my hand. It's way more personal than not. All right, so this is the AFC Cincinnati. Ken Anderson is our quarterback here. I do. There's some games I like the season ticket. I've been playing that. You guys seen the videos in season ticket. I liked season ticket, and I like that they have the team cards, and it works really well for that. APBA, though, why I play APBA is because I want the cards. I want these in my hand. I do. I want the cards. And there's other games like Shootout, which is team cards, and I'm okay with that. Season ticket football, team cards, I'm okay with that. Quick Dex football, team cards, I'm okay with it. For some reason, I do like having the cards here when I play APBA. And Strat, too. I like having my Strat cards and payoff pitch and season ticket. I mean, there's some games I like my cards, and there's some games I'm okay if I have the, what was I going to say, the team sheets. All right, so I got San Diego here with Buddy Hardaway. You guys know Buddy Hardaway, don't you? Yes, you do. So what have you guys been playing here as I wrap up the 1978 season here in the American League? What are some of the things you guys are playing right now? Uh-oh. Seattle. Why don't I have Seattle? Where is Seattle? Is Seattle over here? Oh, Seattle's over here. Okay, so they're in the... Oh, I gotta bring them over here. I had them in the wrong pile. Oh, whew, that was close. So I had Seattle in the wrong pile. So I had them in the NFC. I was all confused. So I get my Seattle team. The Browns are 12-4 in 86. Was that the Byner fumble? I'm not sure. They got so close so many times. So many times. The Browns they were right there. And they just couldn't get by. Oh, here's the 78 Chiefs. This is what Al Red Sox fan has been playing. 78 Chiefs. 78, I just like 78. 78 baseball, 78 football. A little bit of 78 hockey. I think I like some of the hockey before 78. But definitely football and baseball, 78. I went to some of those Red Sox games back in that time there. And enjoyed that. I was very much into baseball cards, and the whole bit. So then we have, this is the American League. So I suppose I can put all these back over here, right? And see, doesn't this look so much nicer? Having all these things here with the logos on it, it just makes the hobby more fun when we do things like this, I think. I don't know what you guys think, but Dave Casper, right? I just think it looks nicer. And and to me, like I said, I'm not a big, one of these guys that's like, oh man, the cards, I want to save them and sell them later. I'm not going to be selling these cards. I don't think. If I sell them, it's just, I don't know what the word is. I'm not. I don't collect the cards to collect the cards. I collect the cards to play the cards. And so I'm not. I mean, I keep them in good shape. But it's not like, oh, I got a vintage set here and blah, 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 blah. It's like, yeah, I'm all set with that. I just want to enjoy them. I love my logos. And so that's what I like to do. All right, so let's get some teams out here so I can get at them. So I see Dallas right here on the top. So we'll start with Dallas, 12-4. Dallas is another fun team to play. The 70s Dallas teams are really fun. I enjoy my Dallas teams. You know, I played so many seasons of, you know, yuck Tampa Bay and yuck New England Patriots that when I play a good team, it's kind of fun. And you gotta like Staubach and all those guys. Really enjoy that Dallas team. Here are the Giants. In fact, let me look at that Dallas team while I'm here. I don't get to go through these too often. So what do we got? I mean, come on. Danny White, Raphael Septien, Ed Jones, Jethro Pugh. This is the defense now. Randy White, Harvey Martin, Henderson, D.D. Lewis, Benny Barnes, Charlie Waters. I know by name like 8 or 9 of those guys. Cliff Harris. And that's the defense. Then you got Staubach with here's his offensive line. Then you got Tony Hill, Drew Pearson, Butch Johnson, Robert Newhouse, Tony Dorsett, Preston Pearson. I mean, it's loaded, this Dallas team. It is so fun to play the Cowboys, let me tell you. All right, so where's my St. Louis? Oh, that's what I wanted to check. St. Louis, do they still have a football team? No, I don't think so. I don't think St. Louis has a football team anymore, do they? They kept changing, and everything just happened so fast, so often with St. Louis going in and out, and then the Rams have a team again. Okay, LA has a team. Didn't they? They didn't have a team for many seasons, right? They had 2 for a while. They had the Rams and the Raiders, and then they lost them both, and then they got them back. All right, so here's my Philadelphia and Washington. Washington, I think, had a decent team too in '78. So here's Philadelphia. All right, there's my Philadelphia team. And these things are just jammed in these envelopes because there's so many cards, right? Overflowing. Okay. Well, the Arizona Cardinals, 4-13. Was that last season? Yeah. Just terrible football. They went to the Super Bowl one time. They almost won it too. If they didn't throw that pick 6, I think they might have won that game. All right, so here's my Tampa 76. This one's going to be the one that I'm going to be replaced. So you know something, I might keep that like this for right now. You know, just slide this here, and so that way I'll know that I have to get that replaced. So here's Philadelphia again, and Green Bay. Packers were 8-7. I don't know much about the Packers in '78. Again, I was more into the Dallas and Pittsburgh and the Raiders and New England 4-13. And so, this is last year, New England 4-13. Yeah, New England has not had a good run of it lately, which is fine. We had a good time for many, many years, and that's what it was. So, all right, any last things before I sign off? I'm down to my last few teams here. And this has been fun. I get a chance to unbox some envelopes and go through some more cards again. And now I have nice new envelopes for some of my favorite teams. I still have a couple of football seasons I may get at some point just to kind of finish the collection, so to speak. But I wanted to get my favorites. You know, every now and then, say maybe I'll pick up another hockey season, then I'll do a couple more. I get all my hockey done. Of course, that's the big one there. And I only have 4 baseball seasons, but they're all done up. So if I wanted to do, I think I have 81. I don't have envelopes for 81 or was it 63 that somebody sent me? I have 63. And I think I might have one more season. I'm not 100% sure. 63 somebody sent me. So I have 63. Oh no, I had the Super Bowl teams. I don't have the full 68 season, just the Super Bowl teams. So I got 75. That's the other one I got. That was my birthday one. 75. So I'm not sure if I'm going to get 75 or not. But I think at some point I might. just so I have it. So next time he has a sale, and I might want to pick up a few more of these. I just chip away at them. That's what I did with hockey. It's just a couple seasons here, a couple seasons there. Next thing you know, over the course of a year, I had envelopes for all my hockey teams. All right, so down to my last 3 teams here for 1978. We got the 7 and 9 Saints. And they were, I don't know if they made this, no, 7 and 9, you wouldn't have made the playoffs. Not in 78. Sometimes you make the playoffs at 7 and 9 if you're in a bad division. San Francisco 2 and 14. Yep. They actually didn't play too bad. This is the O.J. Simpson San Francisco team. O.J.'s struggling a little bit. At least he did in week 1 when I played him. And my last one here is the 76 Rams. And then I will be done. So 78 Rams, I'm sorry. 78 Rams. And that will be that. So, okay. So here we go. I'm going to fold all my envelopes in so they look a little more tidy. And I think I got them now. All right. So there we go. 78. All stuffed in there with the logos and looking good. Looking good. All right. Let me kill that. Come back over here. And yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that little unboxing video of some envelopes here. I still got a few more teams to put away, and I'll probably do that tomorrow or something like that. But yeah, fun time putting together the envelopes and the teams. So, oh, and LA had Tom Landry was coaching that. That was nice. LA, no NFL team from 95 to about 10 years. That's about, I figured, about 10 years. So anyway, hey, I'm Dave, Studio B. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.